from Preventive Fire, and we want to see you guys. So tap for hearts. We want to see those hearts.
Hello guys, my name is Robert Bertolo, Rob. I've been with Preventive Fire about a little over 2 years. I'm their marine fire technician. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the marine side of our company. We do every boat from small sea ray, flat deck boats, ebb tides, all that, all the way up to large Hatteras and Horizon yachts. With the fire inspection side of it, this is what most of the bottles look like. They're self-contained gas, either from 1301 and the older cylinders like this one, to newer cylinders that have FE 241, FM 200, HFC 227, and a newer chemical made by 3M called Novec. They're manual, automatic, self-sufficient systems that go in engine rooms based upon their square footage.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining. So do we have any questions?
Anyway, they are self-sufficient, manual or automatic, heat sensing. We measure the engine rooms, put them per size of what the engine room is by cubic footage or cubic meters. We also go through the boat and look in forward spaces or transom spaces that need cylinders added. Our service goes fully into the needs of the boat and the needs of the owner, pretty much based upon the length.
Hello from the UK. Hello from Florida.
Hi. Anyway, based upon the size and so on.
Tap for hearts.
We find a lot of boats coming from Europe and Asia and Taiwan with systems that are good in the engine rooms, but following U.S. Coast Guard code, things change based upon hazards within the yacht itself.
Hello. Any jobs going? Are there any jobs available to work on boats just like you?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Are there any jobs to work, you mean?
Yeah, how's the job life in marine suppression systems?
The job life is good. I mean, obviously it's a seasonal thing, but we've tried at Preventive Fire to make relationships in the winter here in South Florida, to expand our business into the Northeast and into the Midwest and to Michigan. The customers will go up there in the summers, and a lot of our business has come to us from relationships that we have built up there and expanded our time and outlook beyond South Florida.
All right, so thank you everyone for joining. Do we have any questions? What are the questions that we got going on? So let's say, what is this on our cylinder here?
That's the manifold or the firing head. In this system, there's this particular 1301 Halon cylinder has a lead or sometimes nickel heat sensor. The temperatures vary on...
Do the onboard suppression systems use seawater? That's a great question. What is actually in this?
No, this is a chemical. Particularly this cylinder itself is 1301 Halon, which is no longer used on private or most commercial yachts. It's used by the federal government pretty much solely now. In this case, it's a chemical. It's a manufactured chemical that's used as a clean agent. So when it goes off, it doesn't ruin any of the components of the engine room or the engines themselves. In most cases, with Seafire, Fireboy, Ansel, Kidda, they have a shutdown system so that a chemical like this will not be sucked into the engines, hence warping the heads or...
Sorry, meant to say surprise. Good to see you guys. From Les. Hi, Les. Say hi.
Hi, Les. So, that being said, they're very efficient. They save lives. They keep people, obviously save the boat, but they keep people out of harm's way in that you don't have to enter the space, the hazard, to put a fire out. Like, in in the olden days, I guess you'd say. But systems go from CO2 all the way to, like I said, to a new chemical called Novec, which amazingly enough is kind of like a fire seeker. If you have a fire in the forward part of your engine room and the cylinders on the starboard aft side, that chemical will literally go to the fire. It's actually very impressive.
Wow, good to hear. Can you breathe it? Rob is a great technician. He is a great technician. So if someone were to go into the room if this went off, would that be good for them? What would be the side effect?
Well, ultimately, it's take a breath, stay low, and get out. Try not to breathe it as much. Try not to breathe it at all. CO2, halon, Fe241 are very caustic and very dangerous to you. Their other chemicals are you know, they're the newer chemicals, the green chemicals, the environmentally safe chemicals, the ones that you know, as time goes along, the chemical compounds of them are a little bit safer. I wouldn't say to stand in there and breathe them. I've had a situation where I've been in the space and had a system discharge. It can make you dizzy. Particularly if you're close enough to it, it'll burn you. Flash burns from the chemical and from the AIDS expelling agent. I wouldn't recommend breathing it at all. But if you're in that situation, again, take as deep a breath as you can and get out as quickly as you can. Know your way out, know where you are, know what's around you, and make sure you have the ability to get out of the engine room.
Yeah, definitely. So you don't want to breathe that. You gotta make sure you have the
On or and one on the deck itself near the helm station. As the boats get bigger and there's more hazards, it changes. And a solid engine room with a door and certain square footage, as pretty much any boat, I would have some sort of CO2 or clean agent available to go into the engine room prior to opening the door, after you've had the system go off, if there's some sort of flash or it's a small fire where you can beat the system, generator fire, small electrical fire, that's what clean agents are used for.
Okay, and so is it required by the Coast Guard to have this on board?
Any closed engine room.
What do you mean by clean agent? From Terry.
Clean agent. For example, in one of these cylinders back here, those are kitchen system cylinders. They are a dry chemical cylinder, meaning that when that goes off, it's like taking a bucket of baby powder and throwing it all over everything. I mean, bottom line, that's what it is. The chemicals are they're just not made to be in a space like an engine room. The older boats, mind you, ones from Europe I've seen do have dry chemical, and we remove them. Clean agent, on the other hand, does not damage any of the components, electrical, engines. The newer chemicals, halotrons and FM200s and stuff, literally you can spray it on yourself, you'll get wet, which doesn't make much sense, but it's the chemical. It's just the way the chemical is.
How big of a boat can you service? Is there a max?
Not really. I mean, it can be anywhere from large ferry boats from the islands or from Panama to small local, cruisers, really. Even center consoles with outboards, most of the time have a little generator spot that has a system in it. We can even do those.
Okay, great. So if you have a bigger boat, do you normally have to have multiple systems like this, multiple bottles?
Well, in the engine room, it's based upon square footage, or cubic footage, excuse me. And, if you go over 1,500 cubic foot, then you go from a pre-engineered system, which looks like this, and I don't believe I have an engineered bottle in here, but it becomes a larger system based upon obviously the cubic footage. Then it becomes you have to deduct for tanks and open spaces and open vents within.
How big is 15 cubic foot on a boat?
1,500 cubic feet?
No, just 15 cubic feet on a boat is the question I received.
15 cubic foot is small. 15 cubic feet is 1.5 square foot. So if you think about that, 15 cubic foot is probably, let's see, 15 is, I mean, how big would a cylinder be?
Use this little cylinder. How big is the cylinder?
This cylinder is this cylinder is a 50 cubic foot cylinder,
Okay.
fully automatic.
All right. So, are there any more questions? Is there anyone out there on Periscope today? We need to see those parts. But I think we're good. Great job, everyone. So it sounds good. So, bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Everyone sounds good.
Okay,
Thanks.
see you later. Thank you.